Okay, you guys are not going to believe what just happened. Colin Jost just absolutely obliterated Prince Harry and Meghan Markle on Saturday Night Live. And the internet is going absolutely feral right now. But here's the thing that's got everyone shook. This wasn't just your typical celebrity roast. This joke has unleashed something that Harry and Meghan have been desperately trying to keep buried. And honey, the receipts are everywhere, so picture this. Colin Jost is doing Weekend Update, right? Everything's going normally. And then bam, he drops this absolute nuclear bomb of a joke about how the UK is basically begging America to keep Harry and Meghan because they don't want them back. The audience went wild. Like, not just polite laughter, we're talking full-on roaring, clapping, the works. And that reaction, that's when you know it hit differently. That's when you know the public has officially had enough. But wait, because it gets so much worse for them. While everyone's still talking about that SNL moment, some absolute legends on Reddit decided to do some digging. And what did they find? Oh my god, you guys. They uncovered these yacht photos from the early 2010s that are making everyone question literally everything we thought we knew about Meghan's rise to fame. We're talking about mysterious luxury yacht settings, expensive champagne, designer everything, and a woman who looks suspiciously like Meghan, surrounded by some very wealthy, very powerful people. Now this is where it gets really interesting. These photos are from way before she supposedly met Harry, back when she was just starting on Suits. But the people in these photos, the level of wealth and influence on display, it's making everyone wonder if maybe, just maybe, Meghan's fairy tale story of being a struggling actress who accidentally fell in love with a prince might not be the whole truth. The internet detectives are going full CSI mode, facial recognition software, guest list analysis, metadata deep dives, and what they're finding is painting a very different picture of how Meghan Markle really climbed the social ladder. And here's what's absolutely wild about the timing of all this. Just days before the SNL roast, Meghan posted this super curated Mother's Day Instagram featuring Archie and Lilibet, trying to show off their perfect family life. Then we see them at Beyoncé's concert, living it up, posting all over social media like they don't have a care in the world. Meghan even went on Jamie Kern-Lima's show talking about how Harry is her protector, comparing him to Super Mario Brothers, like, girl, read the room. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, everything is falling apart. Because here's what they don't want you to know. Harry just suffered a massive legal defeat in the UK over taxpayer-funded security. The man was reportedly devastated, absolutely crushed, that British taxpayers won't foot the bill for his protection when he visits. And then Page 6 drops this bombshell report that the royal family has completely shut Harry out. We're talking full radio silence from his own father and brother. Sources are saying the trust is so broken that there's literally no path back, even if forgiveness was on the table. But the SNL joke wasn't just a one-off thing. The show has been consistently calling out Meghan for what they're calling rewriting her past. And honestly, the public is eating it up. Because while traditional media has been tiptoeing around certain topics, Saturday Night Live has never been subtle. They say what everyone's thinking. And right now, everyone's thinking that Harry and Meghan's victim narrative is getting old real fast. The Reddit investigation phenomenon is absolutely fascinating to watch unfold. This isn't some coordinated media attack. This is grassroots citizen journalism at its finest. People are voluntarily spending hours analyzing photos, cross-referencing guest lists, and piecing together a timeline that's starting to look very different from the official story. And the craziest part, the silence from Meghan's camp. Usually, she's first in line to file lawsuits and demand retractions. But these yacht photos and yacht rumors, cricket sounds. Meanwhile, their commercial ventures are looking more desperate by the day. The Spotify deal, the Netflix contracts, everything feels so forced and calculated. The public is seeing right through the branding efforts, and honestly, it's painful to watch. Remember when they complained about having to curtsy to the Queen? The general public was like, really? That's your biggest problem? The grievance messaging that worked initially is now backfiring spectacularly. And then the comedy industry really started piling on. Chris Rock made some absolutely savage comments about the Oprah interview, specifically about that "how brown will the baby be" comment. The man basically called out the whole racism angle, and suddenly other comedians felt permission to speak. Up to Harry's memoir got absolutely roasted for sounding robotic and awkward. And when people found out he wanted taxpayers to pay for his security while he's worth millions, the backlash was swift and brutal. But nothing, and I mean nothing, prepared them for what South Park did to them. The worldwide privacy tour episode was absolutely devastating. They animated Harry writing his memoir while complaining about privacy, then showed Meghan screaming about privacy from a private jet. The final scene showed the couple getting exactly what they said they wanted: complete privacy, and being absolutely miserable about it. It was brutal because it exposed the truth. They never wanted privacy. They wanted attention on their terms. Family Guy jumped on the bandwagon too, delivering quick, surgical strikes that had everyone laughing. The pattern became clear. The entertainment industry had officially turned on them. And when Hollywood turns on you, honey, you know it's over. Now here's where things get really conspiracy theory level interesting. There's been this mysterious digital cleanup operation happening. Former associates who used to post about Meghan constantly, silent. Social media posts from her pre-royal days, vanishing. Photographs being edited or removed entirely. It's like someone's been systematically scrubbing the internet of anything that doesn't fit the narrative. The Yacht photo deep dive is revealing some absolutely wild connections. We're talking Mediterranean luxury settings. Timing that coincides with some very interesting social events, and a pattern of associations that make the random struggling actress story seem less and less believable. The systematic disappearance of this digital evidence is honestly more suspicious than the original photos themselves. What's really getting to people is how her former supporters are starting to ask questions. Die-hard fans who defended everything are now saying, wait, something doesn't add up here. The self-made underdog narrative is crumbling under scrutiny, and when your own fanbase starts doubting you, that's when you know you're in real trouble. The strategic silence from Meghan is probably the most telling part of all this. This is the same woman who sued tabloids, demanded apologies, and never backed down from a media fight. But yacht photos surface, rumors start flying, and suddenly she's nowhere to be found. The public is interpreting this silence as admission, and honestly, can you blame them? Her rebranding efforts are crashing into internet receipts at full speed. Every attempt at a fresh start gets derailed by another resurfaced photo or screenshot. The empowerment messaging is being reframed as manipulation, and former supporters are feeling like they got played. It's a cascading effect where every unanswered question leads to 10 more. Colin Jost's joke wasn't just comedy. It was a cultural moment. SNL managed to take what was previously gossip and conspiracy theories and push it into mainstream consciousness. Suddenly, it wasn't just internet trolls asking questions. It was America's most famous sketch show, and millions of people were laughing along. The grassroots investigation phenomenon shows the power of collective citizen journalism. When traditional media won't ask certain questions, the internet will find its own answers. And the pattern recognition happening right now is more damaging than any single scandal because it's making people question everything. Former co-stars from Suits are mysteriously unavailable for comment. Stylists and influencers who used to be close are maintaining radio silence. The rumored NDAs and legal silencing tactics are creating this wall of coordinated silence that's more suspicious than any individual revelation. What we're watching is a complete credibility collapse in real time. The mask-wearing metaphor that people keep using, like the public finally sees behind the carefully crafted image to something much more calculated and strategic. When authenticity was your entire brand and people started questioning whether anything was real. That's reputation death. The gap between Meghan's "I'm just a real one" messaging and these controlled strategic appearances is becoming impossible to ignore. People are realizing they may have been sold a fantasy, and nobody likes feeling manipulated. Here's the universal principle at play. You cannot pretend your past doesn't exist in the digital age. Every photo, every connection, every strategic move leaves breadcrumbs, and eventually, people will follow that trail. Meghan's image over management has become the very thing that's destroying her credibility. The internet never forgets. And, right now, it's remembering everything. Colin Jost might have thrown the match, but Meghan and Harry built the fire themselves. And honestly, it's burning brighter than anyone could have predicted.